On this date today,
You delayed me.
On this date today, Allen Iverson stepped over Tyronn Lue in the 2001 NBA Finals. And yesterday, the Warriors stepped all over the Cleveland Cavaliers in Game 2. They murdered them. 110-77. Welcome to Most Valuable Podcast. I am Sean Anderson. Alongside me is Ricky Widmer. We are covering
You know what's funny?
What?
You're going to be wearing a Draymond shirt after this, and you just Draymond me. Oh. Whew.
Welcome to Most Valuable Podcast. I am Sean Anderson. Alongside me is Ricky Widmer. And we are talking about Game 2 of the NBA Finals where the Warriors defeated the Cavaliers 110-77.
Defeated or demolished?
Well, they stepped over them. They embarrassed them.
They AI'd them.
Yeah, they humiliated them, basically. 110-77, they took the 2-0 lead in the series. And, Ricky, why don't you just jump right in and talk about what happened? Because the Cavs were in this game for the first two quarters.
Well, it was weird because, the beginning of the game, I didn't think about it until halfway through the game. I'm like, oh, yeah, exactly. Ty Lue, you're smart. You want to run with the Warriors because that's what they do. And then after seeing it, I'm like, oh, it's a close game. But then I'm sitting there going, oh, shit, you're playing right into the Warriors' hands. The thing you did not want to do is run with the Warriors because the Warriors will beat you at Warrior Ball. That's what I'm calling it, Warrior Ball. They'll beat you. Steph Curry doesn't have to be on. Klay Thompson doesn't have to be on.
Just someone has to be on.
Draymond Green turned it on in this one. It's funny how last year Curry and Klay, not the MVP, Andre Iguodala. This year it's probably going to be Draymond.
Well, Draymond and then Sean Livingston, Leandro Barbosa has 2 double-digit point games. It could be anyone for the Warriors. It doesn't matter who it is. Looking at this Cavs team, do they know how to play defense? I picked the Cavs.
No, they don't.
I picked the Cavs, thinking that, all right, this team's going to play like they actually want to win the games. They don't. It doesn't seem like they actually want to go out there and play. I was like, all right, they're focused, they're energized, they want to win these games, they want to go out and prove that they're not just another team from the East. They're looking like another team from the East.
No,
this is sad, basically.
Let's put it this way. At this point, I'd rather have seen the Warriors go up against the Raptors because then I would expect this.
I would rather see the Thunder again. Just make them play 14. Make them play 14 games.
Then the Cavs would actually have a chance in this one. I'm going to be honest. I'm not saying this as being cocky. I'm not saying this as Ricky, the series ain't over till it's over. This one's fucking over. Because the way
it's over.
No. The way
anything,
I see
anything can happen. Steph can go down.
I'm sorry. Have you seen these last two games?
I'm saying anything can happen. Like Steph can go down, Klay can go down, Draymond can go down.
Okay, KG. The way I'm looking at this is...
Am I wrong there?
I get it. Anything can happen. However, looking at these two games, I don't know where the Cavs are going to muster up 4 wins. One of which, as of right now, unless they lose at home, has to be in the Oracle.
Well, I'm talking more of, if everything goes the same way, then yeah, there's no way the Cavs... No. I would be shocked if the Cavs win a game the way this has been going.
Yeah, way I'm looking at it, and don't even worry about one game at this point. How are you going to win 4 games against this Warrior team when you're down 0-2?
Someone yelled at me for the Game 1 reaction saying that I'm going back on my prediction. I'm still sticking with my prediction. I'm still going to put on a Draymond Green shirt if the Warriors win. I'm not saying, I regret picking the Cavs. I picked the Cavs team that looked motivated, that looked like, that was just rolling through the Eastern Conference. This is not that same Cavs team. This Cavs team just doesn't look motivated.
Can we say that maybe this is showing how weak the East really is?
I don't know about that.
Because, the Cavs looked phenomenal against all of the Eastern Conference opponents, and you put them up against their West opponent, and they're shit in the bed right now.
I just think it's too big of a stage. Look at
Kyrie and Love.
Yeah, but look at even LeBron. LeBron's been here 6 straight times, but it doesn't look like the same LeBron. He turned the ball over 7 times. This isn't like a LeBron who is carrying his team to the finals. This isn't like, early Cleveland years where he's carrying his team to the finals, where it's all LeBron. He has other players, and he knows that he has other players, but those players aren't rising to the occasion. What I really want is just LeBron, don't fucking pass the ball. Become Kobe 2.0 and just take 40 shots.
But LeBron ain't going to do that. He don't have that.
He should. But he almost had a triple-double with 7 turnovers.
He doesn't have that Kobe MJ
He used to
him. Last year he had to do that, and they lost. So
they still won 2 games.
One of the things that hit me today, when I know I love listening to him, even though I don't always agree with him, you can't stand him, Colin Cowherd.
Okay.
He made a great point, and I'm just going to ask you what you think of this point. He said, stars, the myth a lot, he said it's a myth that stars win championships. He's like, I can name you millions of stars that have never won a championship. It's not about the star you have on your team. It's about the system that they are in. And to me, I immediately think of MJ. What would MJ be without the triangle? What would MJ be without the team around him? He's the greatest player ever to touch this game. But with the Cavs, you look at them, they have no identity. No identity as a team. You look at the Warriors, there's a reason Curry and Thompson don't have to lead in scoring in this series. Because Steve Kerr, first off, it was Mark Jackson that set up the defense for him. Then Kerr came in and revamped that offense. And they have a system where in game one, Kerr was just like, fuck it, I can beat you with my twos.
What I say to that is no shit. Look at Tom Brady. I mean, Tom Brady needed a team around him to get back. I mean, he's always been going to the AFC Championship, but he couldn't get there alone. And then he got the team around him. Then he got Gronk healthy back. Then they started winning championships. I mean, if Belichick wasn't there, was Tom Brady even starting? Would Tom Brady even win a Super Bowl? I mean, I don't think so. I mean, I can say that Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but if he didn't have Belichick, who is one of the greatest coaches of all time, he probably wouldn't have been where he is now. I mean,
or
look
if
at LeBron.
He was on the Browns, because the Browns, I know it's in our Cleveland team, but they have no system either.
I mean, look at the team in Cleveland before LeBron came. I mean, they couldn't get it together. I mean, the team with the Heat in 2013, like when LeBron first came together, they're talking about firing Spoelstra because he couldn't get his team to play. It finally took them to get to play together. I mean, talent alone doesn't win a championship. We all know that. You need players who want to play together. I mean, I look at K-Love, and I mean, K-Love, I'm not saying he doesn't want to be there, but it just doesn't look like he is rising to the occasion. It doesn't seem like he can play there. Look at Kyrie. Kyrie only scored 10 points. I mean, Kyrie doesn't look like the deadly scorer that he was in the first 3 rounds of the Eastern Conference playoffs.
K-Love is different, though, because he got injured. And I know the big rumor going around.
So did Kyrie. Kyrie got injured game 1, game 2 last year.
The big rumor going around on the Twitter sphere is that K-Love took himself out of last night's game so he didn't miss the latest episode of Game of Thrones.
That's hilarious.
He wanted to see Game of Thrones, so that's why he took himself
I mean, the
out.
second leading scorer for the Cavs was Richard Jefferson. I mean, 4 for 6 from the field, 4 for 6 from the free throw line. I mean, Richard Jefferson
Doesn't it feel
looks
weird hearing his name again?
Yes, but I mean, Sean Livingston was leading this team in game 1 for the Warriors. Leandro Barbosa has 2 double-digit points. I mean, it doesn't matter about the players. It matters about the system. I mean, these guys are getting open. I mean, Sean Livingston's killing the Cavs on mid-range jumpers. I mean, this guy is coming out. I mean, he's mostly known for breaking his leg in that Clippers game, and now he's coming back. I mean, I don't think he's in contention for Finals MVP. I mean, unless he plays like he did in Game 1. But I mean, he's a key component to this team. I mean, this team is not really just stars like Curry and Clay. I mean, those guys obviously thrive in the system.
It's a complete team going on in Golden State. And the one thing,
the thing with the Cavs is they're not a complete team.
Well, and to piggyback off of that, this series, as of right now, it's coming down to Ty Lue. And the reason why I say that is, what adjustment are you going to make?
Not even.
What are you going to do? Because the adjustment that we saw going from Game 1 to Game 2, which was go faster, didn't work. So what are you going to do to kind of reel your guys in? Or you got to change something. You have to adapt to the series that's going on. You can't just keep the course because then you'll get swept.
I don't think. I mean, Ty Lue's a rookie coach. He's not. I don't think he was the right fit. I don't think you should have fired David Blatt. I know.
Let's be honest.
They didn't even make a huge turnaround. This was really just for.
Wouldn't have won a title with them either. The Warriors would have probably won it anyways.
No, I'm not saying they would. But I mean, Ty Lue's nothing. I don't think he's a good coach at all. I mean, it doesn't come down to Ty Lue because Ty Lue doesn't really know what he's doing. He's still finding his feet. He hasn't even had a full season in the NBA yet as a full-time head coach. LeBron James has been to 6 straight fucking finals. LeBron James needs to step up. I mean, LeBron James, I know he hasn't been terrible. He's been the best player in the Cavs, and you can see that. But LeBron James needs to step up. It's not about Ty Lue. It's not about Kyrie. It's not about K-Love. LeBron, you won 2 games last year without these guys. I mean, without Ty Lue being your head coach, without Kyrie being your head coach, or not, without him being your point guard, without Kevin Love being your power forward, you can win this. I mean, you win a game at least by yourself. I mean, you need to step up, and you need to be one of the greatest players we've ever seen in the NBA. I mean, the Warriors are making them look foolish. Just fucking foolish.
The way I view this series is, as of right now, I don't necessarily know if it's going to be a sweep, but this series is over to me. The Warriors are going to win it, just based off of what I've seen the past 2 games. And I'm just going to throw a question out there to you, and this may be a just overreaction kind of a question, but I still think it holds water, especially after what we've seen. Do you think LeBron James is sitting there after Game 2, after getting beat by
30?
Not leave, just the fact of maybe it's not going to happen. Maybe I'm not going to win a title. Not necessarily leave Cleveland, but maybe I'm not going to win a title here. Maybe it's impossible.
I don't think LeBron's saying it's impossible or he's having pity on himself. I think the reason he went to Miami was so that he could never be written down as one of those players.
The guy who never won a championship.
Yeah, the greatest player who never won a championship.
Now he wants to win it for his home.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to leave just because he's got Cleveland on his back.
I'm not saying leave. I'm just saying that. Well, is it like he's sitting there just thinking like, God, is this ever going to happen?
I'm not saying he might have had that mindset going into Cleveland. I look at LeBron and it doesn't seem like he is the same LeBron. I mean, maybe he's aging. I'm not saying he's diminishing in talent, but I mean he is getting older. I mean he's played in 6 straight finals. This is 6 straight years of going to the end of the season. I mean 82 games plus. I mean this guy,
the culmination of what everyone goes.
Yeah, I mean he's probably just battered around. I mean looking at LeBron, I mean LeBron doesn't seem like he's even like playing hard. I mean he just looks like he's kind of coasting out there. I look at this team and K Love just doesn't seem like the correct fit. I think K Love can be decent later on in his career and somewhere else, but he's not going to be
the scapegoat when they lose.
No,
he's the scapegoat and he's going to be
everyone.
After the
no, it's going to be everyone but LeBron. It's going to be Kyrie Irving. It's going to be J.R. Smith. It's going to be Tyronn Lue.
Who's going to be the main expendable piece? It's going to be K Love because LeBron, I think, it's either going to come down to Kyrie or K Love. He's going to hang on to Kyrie and say, just get Love out of here.
That makes sense because K Love is older. I mean, he's obviously had injury problems. Kyrie Irving's still 24. He's still young. The scapegoat should be the GM of David Griffin. I mean, putting this team together, getting 3 stars together makes sense. But I mean, you've seen what it's done in the 2 years. They just can't play together. I mean, they did it in the first 3 rounds. I mean, maybe this should be more on Ty Lue. I don't know, but I think it's time to get it all out again. I mean, you got to keep LeBron, and because I mean, Cleveland's gonna hate you if you get rid of LeBron. I wouldn't be shocked if K Love's traded by near the draft. I don't think he's gonna be around anymore.
You hit on the last thing that I was gonna bring to the table for this video, and I thought about this today, kind of just thinking about the game, hearing the numerous experts from the sports media world just talk about this game, and I look at. You've got David Griffin, Dan Gilbert, Ty Lue, whoever you want to throw there. I took Michael Jordan and I took Kobe Bryant as the 2 examples. And for them during my time, thankfully they had the same coach. When you look at Michael Jordan, was he bigger than Phil Jackson? No. When you look at Eric Spoelstra to LeBron, was he bigger?
Yes.
However, who was above Spoelstra that wasn't bigger than LeBron?
Pat
Riley. When you look at Cleveland, even when you look at Golden State, is Steph Curry bigger than Steve Kerr? No. Is Klay Thompson bigger than Steve Kerr? No. Cleveland needs a guy who is going to be bigger than LeBron because right now, Cleveland's biggest problem is you've had a player coach in LeBron James. And it's not working.
Fuck it. Bring back Paul Newman from Slapshot. Make LeBron an actual player coach. Talking about this game, though, I mean, what I said in game 1, what they needed to change in game 2 was dominate the offensive rebounds. They didn't. 12-9 right there.
Nope.
Warriors won it. Play Channing Frye more. They didn't. He got 3 less minutes. Play Shumpert less. He got 20 minutes. Play Richard Jefferson more. They did, and he was the second leading scorer. I mean, you need guys who want to be there. I look at a guy like J.R. Smith. I'm not saying he doesn't want to be there, but he just seems like he's coasting. Kyrie just seems like he's not like in it. K Love, same thing. You need guys who want to play. I mean, Tristan Thompson, good for you. You got paid, son. You're not good though. 5 rebounds. You got brought in to rebound. You can't score. You can barely even rebound. I don't think you even grabbed an offensive board, or you grabbed 2. I mean, you need to be dominating down there because that's what you need. LeBron needs to step up. This team needs to step up. Ty Lue needs to actually act like a coach and not LeBron's bitch. I mean, this team just needs to do more. I mean, I'm not saying I'm going back on my prediction, but I'm definitely saying this doesn't look good for Cleveland.
No, I think the Warriors are going to sweep it? No. However, there's a good chance, but right now, if you had to tell me, Ricky, it's either ending in 4 or 5, what's your bet? I'm going to say it ends in 5. I'm 0%. As of right now, 0% it goes past 5 games in my mind.
Prediction for game 3.
Fucking Cavs are going to come out close at the beginning. Warriors are they'll feed off of the momentum at home, but the Warriors will, until the Warriors are stopped by the Cavs, it's going to be another blowout.
Warriors are going to shut up the queue quickly. They're going to win by 35.
Yeah.
And LeBron's going to need to do something game 4.
They're just going to blow them out.
I don't see it's going to happen.
They're going to blow them out. They could sweep them.
Boy, this is going to be a fun one in the comments. I mean, half these people are going to turn off right away and then still going to comment and tell me how big of an idiot I am and how I'm flip-flopping. I'm just telling you how I see it. I mean, Cleveland does not seem like they are a great team anymore. They just don't seem like they're playing like a cohesive team. If they come back, they can win game 3, but I just don't have faith in this team. Until they prove that faith, it's not going to happen. Tell us what you think of game 2 down below. Tell us what you think is going to happen in the rest of the series down below, because it really is important, because we do like gauging your guys' opinion, because I know we're not the only 2 opinions that matter. It's about getting you guys involved, and that's what we want to do here at MVP. And if you do want to get involved in a different way, check us out on Twitter at Most Valuable Pod. You can check me out at Twitter at Schwarbo. You can check Ricky out at Twitter at Ricky Widmer. You can find us on Facebook at MVP Sports Network. You can even find us on Snapchat right here. I think if I'm pointing correctly, it's right there at Most Valuable Pod. You can even send us pictures of your faces, and we'll probably not send pictures of our faces back. Anyways, that's going to wrap up this video. If you want to see game 3, like this video and subscribe to our channel so you do not miss on any of the great content. If you do want to support us in a different way, check out patreon.com/mostvaluablepodcast. Patrons get if you at least contribute $1, you get a exclusive podcast. So go check out that if you are interested in that. But anyways, that's going to wrap up this video, and we will see you in game 3.